So getting to NIACC, go ahead, continue what you were saying there at NIACC.
Yeah, so I went there as just no prospect, no scholarship, just kind of a chance piece, and I owe Travis Hergert a lot, just because he saw something that could have possibly been that is happening now, and it allowed me to work hard and to grow and to be with the right people that got me to a place like I am now.
And so what did he figure out, or what did he unlock in you that obviously the talent had to be there, but what happened that made you blossom?
Yes, I put on like 40 pounds.
Okay.
That helps.
Yep.
We did a ton of driveline stuff. I had never been truly devoted to just baseball, so once he could kind of take a full year's time and teach me proper ways to do things, it just all kind of snowballed together, and everything. I don't give one thing more credit than the other, because I think everything just all came together.
So what were you throwing or topping out at in high school?
Low 80s.
Okay.
Probably 80, 82.
And then when you left NIACC, what were you up to?
I would sit low 90s. I think I'd hit 95.
Okay. And then at TCU, did it keep increasing, or?
I was pretty similar. Low 90s, touch mid 90s.
So as far as when you got to NIACC, you're probably just trying to get into the rotation, and you probably had nervous about that. And then when did the scouts start showing up? And was that your sophomore year or late freshman year?
Yeah, so I started in the bullpen my freshman year, and then about midway through I went into the rotation. And I was still only throwing like 85, 87. And after my freshman going into sophomore summer, I went to the Northwoods, and I started throwing a little bit harder. And I'd say that's about when scouts for colleges started coming around. And then that fall, I started throwing a little harder yet. And then Michigan State came around. I committed to Michigan State. And then their coach left, pitching coach left, so I decommitted. And that spring, was the first time I hit mid-90s, and that's when pro scouts.
Do you remember like when the first pro scout came, or was in the stands, or?
It was in Albert Pujols went there, Maplewood.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's in Kansas City.
Okay.
I threw a bullpen, and I hit 96, and Travis tweeted out a video of it, and that video kind of changed everything.
So what do you remember about? Do you remember that being like, holy cow, this is crazy, or?
Not really. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of what I shouldn't say what I wanted, because I never would have expected that when I got to school, but I think it was such a like I wasn't. There was no pressure, because I wasn't supposed to be doing that anyway. So it was just like it was like just a honor, I guess. It was just like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
Did it ever get to be pressure that four-year schools and Major League Scouts were looking?
Not at JUCO.
Not okay.
No, never at JUCO. I don't think I always wanted that. It was always like, the more scouts, the more guys that come, the better I felt.
Yep.
So.
And then TCU, obviously, it continued. Did you feel pressure in your bullpens or starts at TCU? Or?
Not from scouts.
Okay.
No.
And then now, obviously, you're getting closer to the major leagues. How do you feel when you take them out now? Do you feel like coaches and scouts the Reds are looking at you, or how do you?
It's definitely under a finer glass, but I wouldn't necessarily say I do things differently to try and impress scouts or impress coaches. It's just go out and pitch, and that'll work itself out.
So what do you have to do to get better to make that next step, to finally make it to the major league?
I feel like it's just clean a few things up, walk a couple less guys, just be crisp, be able to go deeper into games, and be able to do it consistently. I have the stuff, I have the mentality right. It's just clean up a few small things.
So your arm, I mean, all season, has it felt pretty good?
Been great, yeah.
And did you, going back to your NIACC teammates, do you still stay in touch with them, or
Yep.
a lot of them?
Talked to quite a few of them, actually. We got a little group chat, and we've talked to a few of them, you know, Instagram, other ways. So, yeah, it's definitely been, you know, we're still buddies and talk.
And did you, when you were in AA, face Bryce at all?
Yep.
How many times did you go head to head?
Games, actually, yeah.
Okay.
He hit me decent, actually. He got my number a couple times. And then I think the last game I played was against him before I got moved up here.
Did you strike him out at all, or what? How do you get him out?
I got him a time or two, and yeah, he got me a couple times too. So it's been a good matchup.
Did he say anything to you after, like, no?
No, it's all in fun. I told him just don't hit a home run and don't hit RBIs, and I don't care.
So how cool is it that, I mean, two of you guys, and even Robbie for the Royals, I mean, they're NIACC guys that are close to making it to the majors and professional baseball. What's that say about the NIACC baseball program?
Well, NIACC's loaded, and you know, we've definitely been a pipeline for major Division I schools, and now pro ball. Like, not only our players, our coaches are all coaching in pro ball too. So, you know, you wouldn't look at it and think this is a powerhouse, but it really has been the last 10 years, I'd say.
So what, do you still talk to Travis?
Yeah,
quite a bit.
He's
so
with the Phillies, and you know, we text a couple times, maybe once a month or something, and just catch up. So
what would your advice for, like, a incoming freshman that's kind of like you, coming to NIACC or a JUCO program? What would your advice to someone like that be?
You know, if you're gonna go JUCO, there's no reason you shouldn't devote 100% into it. There's nothing. You're going through the grind of it. You might as well go through it 100%. There's no better place to have only focus on baseball than a JUCO. So there's not much else, you know, around there to do. And I think just don't look back and say, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have worked harder. You know, so that's what I'd.
So I mean, it's possible for, I mean, if you came to the NIACC throwing in the mid 80s, and now you're up to, I mean, it can be done.
Everybody's got their story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing with guys who have been up and down from the big leagues, and their stories are all over the map. You know, guys who are huge prospects from the time they're 10 years old to the big leagues, and there's prospects who are, you know, nobodies, and then find themselves in a chance to play in the major leagues. So it just does not matter where you come from, who you are, what you're doing. You know, you have to make that. It's not the story being told. It's the story you make.
You talked about not having any regret. Would you have done anything different on your path here? Or is it, I mean, what you did is, are you happy?
Think so. No, I think I did a lot of things right, and had a lot of good people to help me make right decisions. And you know, I think that's why I took a lot of good advice from good people.
So what are you looking for the rest of this season? I mean, what's ahead for you this season?
Well, hopefully stay healthy first off, and you know, there's a lot of things I don't get to choose, so I just go out each start and, you know, hopefully go deep into some games and stay healthy, and, you know, maybe have a shot at someone making a decision for me.
So are you on any type of a pitch count, or how do they manage your workload?
Yes and no. I mean, if I throw too many pitches, they'll definitely warrant that and maybe take me out, but there's no set number.
Okay. And as far as, like, you've probably had several different pitching coaches. You had Travis and the guy at TCU, and then where your stops are, they all probably been a little different, but you probably learned something from all of them.
Yep, just take a little piece of what you want from each of them, and you know, there's a filter that you can control of what you want and what you don't want.
So your pitching coach here, what does he stress, or what has he brought to Brandon Williamson?
Well, when I first got here, we had a pitching coach that's now at USC.
Okay.
He took the pitching coach job there, and he cleaned up some mechanical things, and who we have now is set on, you know, throwing first pitch strikes with multiple pitches.
Okay.
So that's what we've been really working on.
Okay. And how many pitches would you say you have? Or
Four.
What, 4?
You know,
And
heater, curveball, slider, changeup.
okay. And rank those in order. What do you think they are?
Toss them up.
Toss them up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there's Brandon Williamson. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Awesome.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
good seeing you.
Good